Okay, we're live, ladies and gentlemen. And for once, my GPU is not crying out in pain. Let me do that as well. Ah, we are recording and we are streaming, and my GPU is saying hello. It's not saying bye bye. That's one good thing. Anyways, give me a second. As per usual, this is going to be a rather special stream. Special in the sense that we're not going to be doing much. Let's put it that way. We're not going to be doing much. The only thing you're hearing really is my PlayStation music. We're not going to be doing really much. Okay, this is a continuation rather than it being it's a continuation from the previous stream that I had done. So, give me a second. I gotta make sure I am live on all my platforms. Yeah, okay, here. Zip it. I hear you fine. I hear you fine. Now I need to know. Now I need to do one other thing. I have to remember to do this every single time. Let me do it like that. Oh. That catch it? No. Okay, I'll just discard that. Grab it like that. Give me a second. I don't nobody here yet. No one's here. It's just me and my 15 voices. That's fine. At least the 15 voices are saying, yeah, you got it, bro. You got it. Okay. Yep. I feel like I'm gonna be immediately copyrighted for just humming that song. Okay. And that's it. All the advertising done. That was such hard work, bro. Okay, now that is there, let's do my proper introductions. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ned and welcome back. Yes, back, because I've done a stream of this before. Welcome back to my backlog. That was unintentional, but welcome back. I've done this a month ago, right? Where I went through my entire backlog and I was like, okay, let me see what is in my backlog and what I should what I should play and what I should skip. I even have an entire give me a second. I even have an entire spreadsheet open here. I have an entire spreadsheet, with all the games that we have added. We've added over 63 games. These are going to be what I will be streaming, right? So the way this works, let me refresh it. If you haven't seen last episode, the last part of this, let me give you a quick refresh. If you can take a look at it, but I don't really expect you to do so because that is a very long video. So until I get a much shorter video out, this is the explanation for what this whole stream is about. Simply put, every game that I put, I'll be doing three things with it. I would either be doing a stream, one stream. I'll give it one stream, and in that stream, I will give it about 2 hours. Now, for every normal game, I give 2 hours. Every MMO, I give 3 hours. I explained that in my stream with when I was playing First Descended. Point is, if it says one stream, I'll be giving it 2 hours of a stream. Essentially, that's basically what that one stream means. To make it more simply, I'll just say one stream, full playthrough, and full series playthrough. Right? So that's the three things: one playthrough, one stream, full playthrough, or full series playthrough. So what this all just means is, one stream means I'll give it 2 hours, right, to entertain me. I'll give it 2 hours of a stream to see whether or not it's actually entertaining to play, or two, I would give it a full playthrough. So that 2 hours can turn into a full playthrough on that one stream. I'll be sitting on stream playing through the entire game in one sitting. That's basically what I'm going to be doing with games that I've put as full playthrough. Then the third one is full series playthrough, meaning I'll be going through the entire series, not in one sitting, because that is asinine. I'll be doing it in multiple streams. I'll be finishing the entire series of that game. An example of this would be the Yakuza series. I want to play the entirety of the Yakuza series from 1 all the way until the latest one, that is what, Yakuza Gaiden, like a Dragon Gaiden-ish. That's I don't know whether or not that's Yakuza still, or is that is Yakuza, is Like a Dragon what they're calling the new Yakuza games. Regardless, I want to do an entire playthrough of every single one of those games. To do it in one sitting is asinine, because there's a lot of cutscenes you're gonna have to watch, and so the longer I play, the more critical I'm gonna become of that game, and the more annoyed. So let's not do that. I'll be doing multiple playthroughs. I'll be doing an entire full series playthrough. That's what those are called. So as you understand, this is what's going to be in my backlog. I don't know what's in my backlog. As you can see, my backlog is filled with oh, you can't even see the number. My backlog is filled with 421 games. Now, some of these are part of the subscription service. Games that I've picked out from the subscription PS Plus subscription service, that I picked out and they looked interesting from their poster. I didn't even go deep into it. I just saw, oh, that looks interesting, cup, right? It is not purchasing. Yes, I don't have those games. I have a time limit until they get removed, so I might be pushing them up further onto the list so that they can be completed or done with before we go into the other games, right? So that's why, just to give a heads up, some of these are, the 421 are part of a subscription service. However, I'm not only limited to games on this list. The games on these lists are specifically for the PlayStation Plus and my PlayStation purchased games. I can still get other games from different platforms, though I don't know which ones to pick, since the games in the world is large. But I do want to try out and play different types of games. That's what my main goal with this backlog is, to, instead of just sticking to that one game forever, Destiny 2 or First Descendant or whatever game that I've been playing since the start of this channel, I don't want to stick to just one game and only that one game. My goal is to play a variety of games, hence why I'm going through my backlog, which has a variety of it. I think I might be the type of person that just keeps picking the same genre over and over and over and over, and not switching up my genre of games. Though, point of the backlog is to play a vast majority and a vast variety of games. Righto, now that with that extensive explanation out of the way, let's get into it. So the first thing that I did in the previous stream is go all the way until 63-ish games, right? Now, the 63-ish, I say 63-ish games, but I've been able to get through over 63 games onto this. There's something just distracting me constantly, man. It's pissing me off. Stop distracting me. There we go. Okay. So 63 titles that I've added to this list. The last title that I added was Scarlet Nexus, right? So whatever's, oh, thank you for the follow. What was the name? I am so sorry, I didn't see your name. Thank you for the follow. Hey, I checked the video. Seems like you're new in kicking streaming, and a lot of us still not affiliated or part of it. I got a proposal for you. I will share your stream to a kick community for you in to hit 100,000 followers, earning nothing less than $1,000 per stream, per streaming, and enable sub button. Add me up on Discord if you're interested. Username legendary33737. Okay, thank you for the follow. You can stick around for the rest of the stream. It might not be as interesting as it does seem, but thank you for the follow. About what you were proposing, I will think about it. I'll very much think about it. Not at the moment, but I'll think about it. Point is, wrong time to eat some of that. Okay. So the thing is, the last game I've added to this list was Scarlet Nexus, right? And there are games that I've skipped over, games that I've only given one stream, one full playthrough. The way this works is I will see the game's name and I'll look it up a trailer. If I do not see a trailer in the game itself, I'll look up a trailer. If it looks very interesting, then I will give it a full playthrough. If it doesn't look that interesting and it's just vaguely interesting, I will give it one stream. That's why I have a few of these games here that are just like one stream each. If it's games I've already completed, then I won't go through that. If it is games that are multiplayer focused, that are only multiplayer focused, I will skip. The reason is I don't play that many multiplayer games. And usually multiplayer games don't have a vast variety of things of a vast variety of gameplay mechanics. They would either all boil down to something of the multiplayer genre. It's not so vast that you would come across something that just you've never played before. You would always end up coming to a point where I've played this before in some capacity, right? So that's why I'll be skipping the multiplayer genre, because there's not going to be much variety there. Single player genre, on the other hand, I won't be skipping too much. Alright then. Whew. Shall we get into it? So, now, another thing that I have to point out, and I really do have to point this out, because I had added a bunch more games over the past month that I was not streaming. So I added a whole bunch of games that when I was not streaming, I had added a bunch of games to play as well, right? And so I'm gonna have to go through the from the top of the list again, even though let me switch this around to new view. There we go. That way it's easier to go through the games that I've recently added to this list. I gotta know, what does this game sound like at the moment? One second. Oh, that's nothing. Okay, so the first thing is that I've added a bunch more games in the past month. Previously, I didn't have that many games. I had a lot as well, but a lot of new games had been added to the PlayStation Plus catalog. Some games have been removed, and if the games that have been removed are not part of my if the games that have been removed are not part of the PlayStation Plus anymore, and that have been removed and are part of my list, I would just remove them from the list and add something else to replace it. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So if they're not part of that list, I'll add something else to replace it. Hence why we're going to be adding a bunch of new games from the top of the list again, even though I have been all the way at the bottom of the list. So any game that is already on the list and I've already said I'm going to skip, I will just be going straight past them. So starting from the very beginning, we have a new game that I have just recently purchased. I've already tried it out as well. No Man's Sky. Now, No Man's Sky is a genre of games that I believe they are called survival-ish games. No Man's Sky is the one of those types of games that are much, much larger than I actually anticipated them to being, right? And so I had already tried it out. See, I've already played it. I have 1 trophy. I have 3 hours in the game already. It's the type of game where when I was playing it, I was thinking to myself, is this really like worth the stream, right? So to give it a stream, I could stream it, but it's like, is it worth it? Because the majority of this game, when I was playing it, I'm just completely silent. This is me the whole time, and it's a lot of the it's a relaxing type of game that you can just sit to the back and then lean into your chair and just go through with motions, right? You immerse yourself in that world so much so that you don't even realize the world outside. That's how much I was immersed in it when I was playing it, because you can fly from the ground all the way up into the atmosphere. That is not a normal thing in most games, and I don't really see all that often. Hence why I had purchased it, but it's not really a game that I will be streaming, right? I'm going to be playing this on my free time. It's the game I want to play when I'm trying to relax, when I'm not trying to stress the hell out of myself. I say that, but then I would speedrun Resident Evil 2 remake to relax. So my relaxation is not comparative or consistent is the word I was trying to look for. My relaxation time is not consistent. So I'm not going to be playing No Man's Sky for the stream. I'll be playing it on my own time. Monster Hunter Rise. Oh, that's a bit of a toughie. Okay, so Monster Hunter, I had played a little bit of Monster Hunter World, right? I had purchased Monster Hunter World, and I had played a lot of it. The thing about Monster Hunter is I can give it a single stream, right? I can give it 1 or 2 streams, but I really need to do it with a friend. Because the one thing I've realized when you're playing Monster Hunter is when you're playing it by yourself, this is the type of game that is, again, just like No Man's Sky, you kind of either have to play with a friend or is the type of game that you play to relax. You don't play No Man's Sky for anything else. You play No Man's Sky to get away from the real world, and you play this game to relax, essentially. Well, relax is an understatement. It's that calm hunting. Okay, none of these are helping that I know about Monster Hunter, because none of these are helping the case with Monster Hunter, because it's neither relaxing and it's neither calm, since it's a very stressful game. You have to plan your routes, you have to plan your hunts, and I just, from what I remember in Monster Hunter World, that was a crazy one. Rise, from what I've heard, isn't as good as World, because World was very good. Like, World was crazy good, and Rise was not as good from what I've heard from people who have played World, who have played Rise. So I'm still thinking about whether or not I play Monster Hunter Rise for stream. I could do a single stream for Monster Hunter Rise. You know, I'll do 1 stream. I'll do 1 stream for Monster Hunter Rise. The reason is because I'm curious. What is it about Monster Hunter Rise that people do not like? Because I've heard that people don't like Monster Hunter Rise, but why? And why do you like Monster Hunter World as well? Because I think with Monster Hunter is another game series that I do want to play the entirety of, starting from the very first Monster Hunter all the way until the latest Monster Hunter, every single iteration. That's something I want to do, but not play it entirely through, just, do like a video where I play every Monster Hunter game, right, and then show what's in the Monster Hunter game, and you get the point. Point is, I'm probably just gonna give Monster Hunter Rise 1 stream, just 1. I'm not gonna be doing too much with Monster Hunter, specifically because it's not a highly intensive multiplayer game, but it's definitely not, it's not a highly intensive multiplayer game, but it's also not a highly intensive, a highly focused single player game as well, because it's the type of game where you really have to be playing it with friends at some point, to some degree. You have to play it with friends. You can't play it by yourself. Next on the list is Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. No More Heroes is another game series that I want to play the entirety of, but the problem is No More Heroes 1 is on the Wii, No More Heroes 2 is on the Wii U, and then No More Heroes 3 is here on the PlayStation, which is it's a very weird series. This is the second series of games that I really wanted to play, but they are on the weirdest consoles out there. Okay, an example, Bayonetta 1 is on the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and that's it right there on the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. And then Bayonetta 2 is on the Wii U. Bayonetta 3 is on the Switch. So then how the hell do I play any of those games when I want to? You know what I'm saying? I have to go out and get either a Wii U or download a Wii U emulator and then play it that way. I mean, I could do that and play Bayonetta 2 like that. Man, you know what? I could do that in that sense. But the fact that I have to go out of my way to get a Wii just to play No More Heroes 1 and No More Heroes 2 and then 3, it's a brain fart. So I don't want to go that far into finding out what games I don't want to go that far into playing the entire series of No More Heroes. I'll just play the games that are currently here. Hopefully they are as good. But anyways, Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes Complete Edition. What is this game? I have no clue. From what I know, there's no pictures. Wow. Okay, so we'll take a look at Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes. The No More Heroes series is something I really do want to play. But the fact that the first game is exclusively a Wii title really puts it in bad buckets for me. So let's take a look at Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes. Let's see what Travis Strikes Again is all about. Not a review. I'm looking for gameplay, bro. Gameplay. Come on. Can I just have like some gameplay? Screw it, just give me a trailer. Why is it that the first thing that comes up when you search the game, it's not a trailer. It's not a trailer. The first thing that shows up is an IGN review of this game. Like what nonsense is this? That's a Nintendo Switch game, so that's one thing. Okay, but is this a gameplay trailer? No, it isn't. It's not a gameplay trailer. That's the launch trailer. I need to see some gameplay, bro. Gameplay. I'm here for that. Okay, here we go. This is a gameplay trailer. What do you got for me? Oh. I'm watching the trailer and you guys cannot hear jack shit, so hold on now. I just realized y'all cannot hear what the hell I'm hearing. Yeah, the output one. I've been listening just casually and you guys can barely hear what's happening. Oh. Okay. I've seen enough of the trailer, and I'm very intrigued. Okay. I am very, very intrigued. I've seen more than enough of this trailer. The thing that I know about No More Heroes is that it is one of those weird games that has the weirdest shit that happens, okay? And so, the fact that that one looked very interesting, I have to give it to it. I might actually do a stream on it. The wacky nature of it and the wacky gameplay of it really speaks volumes, because it's like, from what I saw in that trailer, there was a switch between top down, side scroll, third person. It was all over the place, and there's a unique art style with it. And so that's all that really got my attention. As you could see it, but you couldn't really hear it. Goodness me. Okay, so No More Heroes, we'll just say Travis Strikes Back. Now, this is the latest in the series, right? So I don't know where the story is at all. So I'm a little bit behind. Hence why it's my first No More Heroes game. It'll be my first No More Heroes game. Hence why it's gonna be my first No More Heroes game. Let's put it that way. And then that allows me to see whether or not No More Heroes is going to be as interesting as I think it is. Because if it is, then I will go out of my way and get a Wii and play that for you guys. Because then I will definitely do a stream on No More Heroes, like 100%. I'll definitely do a stream on No More Heroes. But No More Heroes Travis Strikes Again looks very interesting. I'm gonna do one stream for it. No More Heroes 3 is the third game in the series, so I may hold off on this. It's the third game in the series, right? Okay, I'm gonna hold off on No More Heroes 3, considering it's the third game in the series, and I do not know what the story is gonna be. So any sequels, it's gonna be left to the side for now. And then when I do get to No More Heroes on the list, I will explain whether or not I'll play No More Heroes 3 and Travis Strikes Again. So I'll put it there for now. Travis Strikes Again, Stream 1. I'll put it there for now, but when I get to the point of it in the list, after going through all the other games, then I'll explain. Anyways, Crisis Core Final Fantasy Reunion. This is 100% going on the list. I don't even have to explain why this is going on the list. Okay, I've been eyeballing it the whole time, and that is 100% going on the list. Why? Why is Crisis Core going on the list? I'll just write Reunion. Why is that going on the list? Why? I thought you were done with Final Fantasy VII. The thing is, I haven't finished Crisis Core, so I could have played Crisis Core on the PSP. Reunion isn't a remake of Crisis Core on the PSP. It is a remaster, because it didn't really. It's like a copy pasted with better graphics on the PlayStation 5. That's basically what Reunion is, with some new added story details. Regardless, I was supposed to play Reunion prior to playing Rebirth. So I'll play Reunion not for the stream. I'm doing a full playthrough on it, just to see what I missed in Reunion. That will explain more about the other character that was there, right? Just to see what the other character was, essentially, because the other character is Zack that I'm talking about. When I finished Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the thing that hit me was, who's Zack really? I want to know his character more than I think I know his character. The only places I've known his character is when you watch the anime of Final Fantasy VII back in the days, and when you see him in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and you play as him as well. So what is his story, and where is he, and why is he in a different timeline or a different universe or whatever the hell this is? That ending, people have many ideas on what it could be, a different timeline. Some are saying it's different timelines. Some are saying they have some weird theories about what is going on. Regardless, I'm not going to delve deep into what that ending really means until the third game comes out, because when the third game comes out, it will explain what that ending truly means by the end of the game, because that's the final game and the conclusion of the story. Hence why there will be a massive difference here. Hence why there's going to be a difference. there's going to be an answer, is what I'm trying to say, when we get to the third game. Hence why I'm waiting for the third game. But I'm going to play Reunion, a full playthrough of it. Finally, that it's on PS Plus. I might have to move it up the list just in case that before it gets removed. You know, I mean, Kingdom Hearts hasn't been removed yet. I hope it stays because then I would have to buy all the Kingdom Hearts series all of my again. I will buy it. I'm not lying about that. I will definitely buy it. Regardless, back to it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Reunion is definitely going on the list. Next, we have Remnant 2. Oh, okay. Remnant 2, truth be told, I'm already planning to do a full playthrough of this with a friend of mine, and so having to do it on stream would be a little bit awkward, right? There's going to be an awkward nature about doing it on stream. So, I know about Remnant 2. I don't have to look up gameplay. I've seen enough of it. I've even finished Remnant 1, so Remnant 2 is a no-brainer. But I don't think I'm going to stream it, so I might not add this to the list. I don't think I'm going to stream it. That playthrough I do with a friend of mine. I'm probably going to leave Remnant 2 out of it. I will play it, though. That is something. I'm going to play it. And if I do, I might even just make a video about Remnant 2, a short review video of this one, because I did finish Remnant 1. I might go back and try to play Remnant 1 again to see what to re-experience it again and to get my thoughts on it, because it's been a long time since I played Remnant 1. But point is, I'll be taking a look at Remnant 1 instead of Remnant 2. I might do it on stream. Nah, okay, I won't do Remnant. Remnant is going to be the game that I do not play on stream, unfortunately. Skip. Concord, skip. Zenless Zone Zero, I already did a stream on that. Skip. NFL Sports. Screw sports. Moving on. Among Us, moving on. And First Descendant, I've already did a stream on that. Anyways, that is it for the new games that have been added. I'm gonna assume. Let me pull up my my list. I'm gonna go through all of this just to show you that I've already added. There's no issues. Slowly getting an issue. It's slow, but it's building up to become an issue. Hopefully it doesn't go any further than that. So I'm watching you. I'm watching you. 1 second. I gotta check something. I'm doing reason like that. Give me a second. I gotta make sure about something. Alright. The one thing I want to take a look at is I'm going to go through the games and I'm going to see what is already on the list. Hotline Miami is already on the list. Grime, I believe, is also on the list. I skipped past Grime. Prodeus, I think Salt and Sacrifice is already on the list. Yeah, it's already on the list. Salt and Sacrifice, Prodeus, I've been through all of these. Shadow Tactics, Valhalla, Fire, Valiant Hearts. I said I'll do like a stream on that. Tales of Caesarea, Blood Bowl, Outer Worlds, Kakarot. Did I do Kakarot? Dragon Ball Kakarot? Oh, did I say I was gonna skip it? Oh, okay. I think I said I was gonna skip it. Unless it looks like I'm gonna skip Dragon Ball Kakarot. The Outer Worlds, Space's Choice Edition, I think I have that. Deceive Inc. is it's a multiplayer only, so I'm skipping that one. Fallout 4. Deliver Us Mars, I've already added that. Fallout 4 is gonna be a skip for me. I don't even think I added it. Miasma Chronicles, I've already added that. Stray Blade, I've added that. Elder Scrolls Online. The Settlers, I think it's also an online that didn't add it. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, I've already beaten it. Dredge is on the list. Lego Marvel Heroes 2 is skip. Online. Destiny 2. Streets of Rage 4 is already on the list. Cosmic Shake is a... Oh yeah, I did say I was not going to add that. I remember that one. Some of these I do remember. I think I do remember. Like some of these, you see them, I don't. I don't know what I said there. Anyways, yeah, go get me another glass of juice. Alright, Cosmic Shake. I did not say I'll add it, so I did say I won't add it. I won't play it. So, and then AEW Fight Power. I've played these types of games, not my favorite. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. This is the definitive edition, so skip. This is an online game. He's already in the list. Tunic. I don't think I've added Tunic, didn't I? If I didn't add Tunic, then I know why. Yeah, I didn't add Tunic. Okay. Sports. Skip. This is not the full game of Final Fantasy 16. I wish it was. This is just a demo. I can't be playing the demo of a game that's already out. I gotta go get me something to drink. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Excuse me. Ah. Don't worry, I don't have COVID. It was just, you know, when you drink water and then you breathe in as you drink water. That killed me. Anyways, so that is not the full game of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's Final Fantasy VII 16. That is just Final Fantasy 16's demo. Guilty Gear Strive. Again, I think I just skipped that. These are on the list. I'm assuming. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I added this. Did I add it? Silent Hill. Yeah, I did. This will be a stream I'm not excited to do. Resident Evil Reverse. I think I've done that. We've been through these games. I think I've been through most of these. Let me move through them very quickly. I skipped a lot of these though. Dragon's Dogma, Hellsing, 2K Drive, Tekken. None of these I even have. Fire Changing Skies. I think I just skipped that one. Oh. Mafia 2. I think I did. I even put Mafia series. Yeah, I did say Mafia series. Weird West, Star Oceans. I can't play any of them. I did put Callisto Protocol. Yeah, I did. And then Sentinel Agents, 13 Sentinels. I did do that. There's War Mine Final Cut. I've done that as well. Cloudpunk, Near Replicant. I've done. I think I did Near Replicant. Death's Story. Did I skip Best? I think I skipped Generation Zero. Lost Judgment. I said I'd do the entire Judgment series. Tower of Fantasy. I did skip that. Sure, you must 2. I skipped that. I skipped Undertale. I did do Death's Door. Sniper. Oh, did I skip all of these? No, I did Samurai Warrior. Why did I pick Samurai Warriors 5? And then Sniper Elite 5 and skipped over. Was this a fighter? That's why I skipped over it? I think this was a fighter. That's why I skipped over it. Then I did Alan Wake 2 Remaster, Watch Dogs Legion. Whoa. I skipped over these. I think I did. I didn't do Endling. Jeez. I skipped over a lot of stuff, man. I thought I was kicking it, but shit. Then I did Far Cry, Thief. I think I skipped over Far Cry 6. I skipped over because it was Far Cry 6 at this point. There was Watch Dogs Legion. It's not even here. It was ages ago. But then Nino Kuni. What? Did I skip over Killing Floor 2? Mankind Divided? Oh, whoa! I skipped over. Did I add? I did add TMTN. Then was Vampire. It was Nino Kuni. I skipped over all of these because I didn't have them. These are all locked. Far Cry 3 is not. Then it was Evil Within. I played through the entirety of the Tomb Raider series already. This was when I was on holiday. I did an entire. I was like going through every single Tomb Raider game. I went through Tomb Raider, that one, The Rise, and I even did Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I still think the first one is really good, and then it trails downwards as the games go on. It's very easy. It's not even difficult games. I played on the hardest difficulty. It was still pretty easy. Then I did Ratchet and Clank. Did I even add that? I don't think I added that. It was Evil Within 1 and 2, Watch Dogs Legion. I don't think I've gone. Did I do Rainbow? Okay, we basically catching up to where I was. We basically have almost caught up to where I was. Hopefully, I'm not going to be re-adding games that have already been on my backlog. Okay, so the Tomb Raider series, Evil Within is already there. Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. I haven't even put Dishonored 1 on there, and Dishonored 2 for that matter. So, Dishonored, I'm gonna have to skip because the reason why I've played Dishonored, and I know full well that I'm ass at that game. I'm so ass at that game that I never even finished Dishonored 1, and I came to the final mission. The final mission, can you believe it? But I'm absolutely ass at it. Righto. Conan Exiles? No. Watch Dogs Legion? This is an online only game, so skip. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I did say I wasn't going to play it. Mostly because I did not really enjoy the story of it. Like, from what I've seen of the story, I wasn't a huge fan of it. Right? This is essentially a continuation of the last PS3 Ratchet and Clank game, not the one that came out in 2019. This is a sequel to the last PS3 game. And so the story of this one continues from that point, but I wasn't really feeling the story. From what I've seen, at least. The only bits that I've seen. Again, it's also not that difficult of a game either. It's probably a very easy game if I do want to play it. Regardless, that's going to be a skip. Themisia, I think I added Themisia, did I not? I'm pretty sure I added Themisia. No? What? Really? I did not add Themisia? I thought I added Themisia, but it's not here. I did say, oh, you know what? Since this is the next part of the list, I might as well add. I know what Themisia is about, and it's a pretty difficult game. So I might just give this a stream. If I struggle too much with it, I'm doing too many difficult games. One difficult game is more than enough. So if it's too difficult, I will just skip. But I'll give it one stream. I'll definitely give it one stream. You can't see that I'm giving it one stream. Just give me a sec. There we go. This side. There we go. Okay. Well, next game is Riders Republic. Skip. I already added Doom Eternal. Slay the Spire is a game already playing on my phone, so no. Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. Now I wanted to do an entire Wolfenstein story, like Wolfenstein, the new series, right? The new series of Wolfenstein, which is like New Order, Old Blood, and New Colossus, right? I wanted to do that a full series of those games, but then I've already played New Order, right? I've never played Old Blood, but I played New Order, and then I did play a little bit of New Colossus, and man, oh my god, New Colossus is just not as good story wise as New Order. The main character is not at the same he's not as consistent as he was in the first game. In the second game, there's a lot of forced agenda driven things, and I was just like, nah man, New Colossus is just not as good as New Order or Old Blood for that matter. So I just skipped. I'm just gonna skip the entire Wolfenstein series since I've already experienced that. Evil Within is already on the list. Skip this. Sports, fun sports. Skip. How to Survive is a game that I can't even play. Concrete Genie. This game surprised the absolute bloody hell out of me. I wasn't expecting Concrete Genie to be as good as it was. Right, when I played Concrete Genie ages ago, before this came to PS Plus, I got it from a friend, and I played it. I was like, let me go through my games. Let me play whatever I have there in my library, right, on the PlayStation 4. And so I just randomly picked out Concrete Genie to finish, right? I started the game. It was relatively interesting. And as the game kept going, the story is very much like a old school play animation story, right? Like, it is not too happy-go-lucky, like I'm not watching a Disney film, and it's not in the opposite direction either. It's not too dark like I'm watching a Seth Rogen animated film, right? So it's in the middle of that, and it definitely gave me vibes of an old school clay animation film, right? Something like Box Trolls, or not Trolls, just Box Trolls, or any of those clay animation films. It gives off the vibe of an old school animation film with a very quirky plot. Main character is like an artist, right? He likes to draw things, and everything he draws, it has like sort of a life. You see as he draws with this paintbrush that he finds in like a lighthouse. He likes to draw, but then there are these bullies. It's a very simplistic type story, very much a family friendly story that you would watch at home. The best example I could give, it's like watching Cloudy the Chance of Meatballs, literally like that. It gives you the exact same feelings of excitement and heartfelt, heartwarming storytelling. That's basically what Concrete Genie was. There's even a point where one of the bullies spilled black paint onto the main character, because at first you think it's just, it's a happy-go-lucky, we're making a road for the genies, the genies that the main character is painting, because that's the whole thing, is you create pathways for your genies to move, right? That's the whole point. I thought that was going to be the whole game, right? And then there was that point, that one turning point. Another example is Monster House. It's very much like Monster House. And so that feeling that you get when you watch Monster House, it's basically this game, because there's that turning point where it just flips into a much darker toned story. Hell, there was even a point where you're fighting boss fights, you fight the genies that you were creating on the way here, you even become friends with the bullies that were bullying you initially, because you went and saved each and one of them, right? It's such an interesting premise of a game. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. I'm not gonna do a stream, but I'm probably gonna do a video on the weird gem of a game that is Concrete Genie. A weird gem of a game that is Concrete Genie. But it's not going to go on the list. It's definitely going to be a game that it's going to go on a different list, games that I'm going to review. Anyways, Concrete Genie, I've already beaten it. It's such a great game. I highly recommend you play it. Play it without any preconceived notions of what Concrete Genie is. Just play it. because that's what I had. The marketing for Concrete Genie did not do it justice, because it's not the type of game that they think that you would think is being made here. Regardless, great game, highly recommend. I Am Dead is, I don't remember this one. Is it one of those games that is it like the game? Oh no, I can't even play it. Never mind. Into the Gungeon is Into the Gungeon is such an arcade type game. Love that one. Overcooked is something you play with friends, 100%. I'm not even gonna add it to the list. It's just something you play with friends. That's it. You play that with friends. For the King. I believe I don't even have this on my list yet, but I'm gonna take a look at this one. Let me see. Is it on the list? For the King? No, it's not on the list. Now we in territories. I don't know what this game is. Let's take a look at the trailer of this game. I do not know what to expect, but hopefully it's worth it. Righto. So, For the King. Let me get a gameplay trailer. There we go. A gameplay trailer. That's how we do it. Give me a gameplay trailer. What is this for? What is this game? That was actually very interesting. I might even just do a stream of that game, just one stream, a little bit of it, because it doesn't feel. It's not exactly the feeling of that you would expect. It's not. It didn't feel like a single player game from what I was watching, but the gameplay looked slightly interesting. So I might just give it a single screen. I don't really have much thoughts on the game yet because I haven't played it, so that's why I'm gonna give it at least just one stream. I might even just give it 2 hours to see whether or not it is entertaining. But it's the type of game you have to play while awake. There are a few types of games, right? You cannot play while feeling sleepy. You have to play it while you're awake, so that you can actually play and focus and understand what the bloody hell is happening. You know, it's not the type of game you play while you're half asleep. Regardless, that's gonna go on the list. For the King looks interesting. Alien Nation, I'm gonna skip over because I've seen gameplay of this and it did not look as interesting. Trails of Iron, I think I've gone through this, haven't I? Did I add Trails of Iron? I think I added Trails of Iron at least once. Let me see. Trails of Iron. No, I have not. But I've seen gameplay of Trails of Iron. It's very much like a Souls-like, not a Souls-like. It's from what I could gather, right? You know what? Let's view the product. Best place. See, it's a side scroller. That's the thing. I realized that it was actually a side scroller. I should do this more often than looking up a trailer. But it is essentially a side scroller because from what I could gather, it's very much a RPG like side scroller where you have to fight against different types of it's a mouse type game. Now includes Bright Fire Forest expansion, whatever, it's fine. I'm not going to add it. I'm gonna skip because I have too many side scrollers on the list already. A Sackboy Adventure. What do you have with you? Oh, this is the game that came out. This is a platform. Just like with if I want to add this, I should add the SpongeBob game. So no, Meet Your Maker is an online game. PSO New Genesis online. Uncharted. Uncharted. Oh, should I go on a rant about Uncharted for a second? Okay, I'm not a huge fan of the Uncharted series. Now, don't take this out of context. I'm not saying that the Uncharted games are bad. I don't say that. The entirety of the Uncharted games, there is some interest to be had. Be it Uncharted 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mostly, because I think 4 was the one that really blew up the most compared to 3, 2, and 1. Though I would say 3, 2, and 1 are the more interesting ones. Because Uncharted 4, as interesting as it is definitely not my type of game. I guess that is the biggest thing about. I think that is the biggest conclusion I can come to whenever I play a Naughty Dog type game, right? And it's the most conclusion I can come to, because I do like The Last of Us, right? And so Uncharted 4 is more like The Last of Us than Uncharted 3. You get what I'm saying? Uncharted 4 is more like The Last of Us than Uncharted 3. It's very weird. It's in a weird little spot. But I'm not a huge fan of the Uncharted 4 particularly, because there's a few things in the Uncharted 4 specifically, that intriguingly has a very weird thing going on. It is the only game that it's you could say it's the start of the issue in video games in Western video games today. The Uncharted game and Last of Us Part 2 and Last of Us, to a certain extent, Last of Us Part 1. It's a trend that's going on at the very current moment in Western video games, right? Where fun and entertainment isn't really the forefront. Yes, Uncharted 4 is quite an entertaining campaign, I can say, because as much as from what have played of Uncharted 4's campaign, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for sure. But at the same time, it is a huge issue there that is now plaguing the current landscape of video games that have been coming out. Regardless, though, I wouldn't say it's entirely Uncharted's fault, but I'm not a huge fan of it. The reason is too many action set pieces, right? It's built on its action set pieces that have very little gameplay to do with it. It's not even that difficult to do its action set pieces. It also, even though it's not going to be, even if it's difficulty, right, and you get killed during an action set piece, it removes you from it, because you die and then you have to go through that exact same action set piece and return back to the point where you did die. You know what I'm saying? And that constant going back and forth kind of pulls you out of the game and makes it into a much more arcadic version of the game, which is great. I do love it being more arcadey, but the problem is you're trying to balance arcadiness and realisticness at the same time. It's a weird balance that I don't think you either pick one side and try to, instead of trying to balance it, right? Pick a side, make it a little bit more arcadey, right? And lean it towards more arcadey if that's what you want, or lean it entirely to realistic if that's what you want. You get what I'm saying? That's basically my issue with Uncharted 4 specifically. Uncharted 3 is a decently fun game. Uncharted 2 as well. They also have the action set pieces, but that back then it was more cinematic action set pieces. Though I think, which is just the same as Uncharted 4, it's just in those games it is more arcadey. It is leaning more to that arcadic nature rather than leaning further and further into realism that the Uncharted 4 and any game after Uncharted 4 that has come out of Naughty Dog has done. You know what I'm saying? That's why the earlier games are a lot more fun to play, because they lean into the arcadey nature rather than trying to balance the both of them. Anyways, Uncharted 4, that's all to explain why I'm not going to be picking it on the list. Adventure Time, I think I went through that already and I said skip. Absolve, that's locked. Shadow Warrior 2, how can I play Shadow Warrior 2 if I've not played Shadow Warrior 1? So skip. For Honor, it's Ubisoft's multiplayer, skip. Tom Clancy, Rainbow Six Extraction, skip. Rage 2, I believe Rage 1 is not even on PlayStation, right? It's not even on the newer consoles. Rage 1 is PS3. I remember playing the demo of Rage 1. Now I don't know if Rage 2 is as good as Rage 1. It does look like it's interesting. I might even just give it one stream. I know what Rage is. That's why I'm not going to be looking up trailers for Rage. because it's Rage, right, is a very simplistic game. It's basically, well, Rage 1 was, so I don't know about Rage 2. I did play a little bit of Rage 1. Like I said, I played the demo back on the PlayStation 3. I've never fully played Rage 1, but it was a cult classic for a long while. People really liked Rage 1, so I guess that's why Rage 2, but I don't think I hear a lot of people saying Rage 2 being that good. Okay, I don't hear that, so we'll see. Like I said, I'll give it a stream, which is now 2 hours, as I've explained already. No, what am I doing? There we go. And then, boom. Right. So, Rage 2. Not gonna play that. Ghostwire Tokyo, it's locked, so I can't play that. Immortal Phoenix Rising. Oof. I've played a little bit of this. I've seen a little bit of this, and I've played a little bit of it. This is the type of game. It's Ubisoft, right? And it wasn't as fun as I thought it was gonna be. So, Immortal Phoenix Rising, skip. So Final Fantasy is Type 0 HD. I should just really say Final Fantasy series that I have on here. I'm gonna put on full series playthrough. I'll just put Final Fantasy and say full series playthrough, because at some point I'm going to do that, since again it's Final Fantasy. I owe it to Final Fantasy to actually do it, since it is surprisingly a childhood series of mine, right? So that's why I really do whatever Final Fantasy game I have here. I'm gonna do a full series playthrough. Let's just do that. You can't see what I'm writing, but I literally, this is all it is. Look at it. That's it. Full series playthrough, Final Fantasy. Now, Neo the World End With You got removed. I would have definitely loved to play that. Fighter, skip. Tachia. I've seen gameplay of this, and from what I know, it's locked. Never mind. Lego Batman 3, skip, it's a Lego game. Naruto Shippuden Ninja Storm 4. I've already played through that to death. This is all locked. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, skip. I've played a little bit of this, and this game is difficult. Observer Is Observer what I think it is? Hold on. System Redux. Let me take a look at some gameplay. I'm gonna take a look at some gameplay for this, because I did not expect it to actually be that interesting. Hold on. The pictures looked very interesting. System Redux. Gameplay trailer. Okay, here we go. What is this? Maybe watch the launch trailer. Apparently, I've never seen this game before.
I am what they fear, a corporate tool of oppression. If you don't remember, that's what they call me. My name is Daniel Lozalski. I'm an observer.
Careful what you say. This is a monitored channel.
Adam, you still there?
Dad, for once in your life, just listen to me. Whatever happens, I need you to remember, you're not in control.
That looked very interesting. Oh my god.
PlayStation.
That looked very interesting. Whoa. What was that? Okay. Observer. I don't know if it's a horror game, but I'm gonna add it. That looked very interesting. It's not because it's not because it's a cyberpunk-ish type of game, and I have a soft spot for cyberpunk games, but oh, that observe. That looked very interesting. I don't know what the story is about, but take this to note, right? I have a very soft spot for anything cyberpunk-ish, especially after I played Cyberpunk 2077. The DLC, specifically after I played the DLC, I have a complete soft spot for anything cyberpunk related. So that I might even do just a full playthrough, but I'm gonna give it one stream for now, right? But I might actually just do a full playthrough of it. It gave me goosebumps, bro. It gave me goosebumps. That was good. Unless that was just the trailer, but that was good. Okay. So, Observer, definitely going to be adding that into the list. This list is getting bigger and bigger. I'm over 71 games now. Next, South Park, The Fractured Truth, the Fractured Butthole, and the Stick of Truth. Do I want to add these? I don't even think I want to add these. Should I be mean and not add both of these games? These are the types of games that, okay, it would definitely be fun to stream. I might just give both South Park games a single stream, right? Try them out for a single stream. I've never tried them out, but I've known about them for the longest time. They haven't changed. They have not changed. It's one of those course type of games that I don't mind. I would definitely play it on stream, but I'd have to be very, very careful about what to show and what not to show, because I don't know what the hell they put in those games. They say it's for kids. Oh no, come now. We know that's not for kids, though they are very interesting. The gameplay wise, it's very interesting how it's a I know Stick of Truth is, from what I remember, Stick of Truth is an RTS, not an RTS. No, yeah. It's a real-time strategy, not real. No. It's a strategy game. It's an SRPG, a strategy RPG. That's what it is. Stick of Truth was a strategy RPG game. I don't know about Fractured Butthole, but Stick of Truth was definitely a strategy RPG. That's the type of genre, because I'm thinking it's the genre that Fire Emblem belongs to, but I don't know what it is called, so I'm just going to be calling it strategy RPG. Like I said, I'll give them both at least one stream, maybe even less than that. Space Hulk Deathwing. From what I remember, Space Hulk Deathwing is like it's a Warhammer game, right? But it's a first-person Warhammer game. Though I'm pretty sure this is an online only. Like, from what I can gather, what I remember. Yeah, Games Workshop. There's you guys are gonna get some sound, but I'm not gonna be able to see any sound. I'm looking for gameplay. That's not. Oh, there we go. Okay. This is an online cooperative type of experience. It's kind of like a Warhammer Vermintide. So that one is definitely a cooperative experience. Stranded Deep. Skip. It's a survival game that again, like I explained with No Man's Sky, both of these types of games, they exist in that realm. That they exist in a realm that is basically just relaxation. Even though Strategy is not a relaxing game, it is in that realm of relaxation. Surge 2, I don't have Surge 1, so I can't really play Surge 2, so unfortunately. Yep. Oh my god, both Ghost Recon games. It's a Ubisoft game, so I'm gonna skip. Anyways, The Witch in Her 100 Night Rival Edition. Oh, this is a JRPG. Okay, I'm not gonna add too many JRPGs, so I'm sorry, The Witch in a 100 Night Revival Edition. I already have Ni no Kuni, I already have Tales of Arise, and I already have Tales of Zestiria. That is already enough of a JRPG lineup, because JRPGs are long, bro. Tokiden 2, no, I'm gonna have to skip because it's part 2. Transference, is this a PSVR only game? If it's PSVR only, then I'm gonna have to just... Ooh. This is a horror game. I already have 2 horror games. Let me get off of the one first. I'm gonna skip on that for now. Warhammer Vermintide 2. This is what the game I was just explaining to you. That's what Space Hulk Deathwing Enhanced Edition is, basically just Vermintide, but with the 2044. The Warhammer 40,000 essentially. This is in the old, the pre 40,000. The I shouldn't really speak for Warhammer. Warhammer fans can speak for Warhammer. This is another cooperative play game, so I can't really play it. Vikings Wolves of Midgar. I don't remember this one. Oh, that's right. I remember this one. I remember why I added it. I might even just do the same with this one as well and just give it a one stream like I do for all the others. I might just give this again a one stream. We closing down on this list. Surprisingly, we're closing down on this list. Vikings. Oh yeah, I didn't. Let me just do this real quick. There we go. Okay. Right, so I just want to do something real quick just to make sure everything is working a-okay. Considering that everything just didn't want to work a-okay, so I'm just making sure it did. Okay, everything's working on the side as well. Alright. Anyways, Vikings is gonna get one stream. Moving on, we have Vampire. I already have that on the list. Now Watch Dogs 2 is, all these games are locked. Again, Wolfenstein. Mortal Shell, it's unlocked. Ooh. Mortal Shell is another Souls game that's going on the list. It's going on the list. It's gonna go on the list. I'm not gonna do a full playthrough, but I'm definitely gonna give it one stream. I'm definitely gonna give it one stream. It's going on the list. I don't even have to explain why. It's Mortal Shell, bro. If I don't have that on the list, then I can't have anything Souls related on this list at all. One stream. I did add Sekiro as like a full playthrough, right? So Mortal Shell will be one stream. Okay, that's another Souls like that. It's just, oh, they do not play with that one. Next on the list is this is locked. Battlefield is multiplayer only. Screw that. Minecraft Dungeons. I believe Minecraft Dungeons, from what I can remember. Yeah, it's like a dungeon crawler, kind of like it's a rogue-like dungeon crawler, kind of like Diablo. And I have played a little bit of it. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan. Code Vein. Yeah, I already played a little bit of Code Vein back in the day, bro. I already did play a little bit of it, but I can't, on good conscience, add Mortal Shell and not Code Vein, bro. I cannot, under normal circumstances, I cannot. I have to add Code Vein. I gotta give at least Code Vein a stream, otherwise I'll feel bad that I did Mortal Shell and I didn't do Code Vein. And I did Sekiro and I didn't do Code Vein. So I gotta at least, I'm gonna give it one stream. I'll give it one stream. I've played a little bit of, I've played not a little bit, I've played a lot of Code Vein. Like, I played an extensive amount of Code Vein back in the day. Though, it was good. It wasn't too bad. It was actually a lot of fun, but bosses were very difficult, let's be honest. By doing it solo, obviously. It's very difficult doing it solo. Life is Strange. Screw Life is Strange. Okay, listen to me. Life is Strange is the one series of games that made me want to blow my own brains out whenever I go through these games. I've known Life is Strange since it released. I know the company that released Life is Strange for the longest time. Don't Nod is ass at writing stories. Okay, very carefully. Life is Strange 1 is the only good Life is Strange game. Fans of Life is Strange would disagree with me right there, but I'm gonna tell you now, the first one is the only good one. Why? Because in the first one, the main character, the only hook that this game had, people think it's the story and the characterization that they were telling. No, there was only one hook in the first game. And every game has a hook, right? They have a hook that pulls you in. The Witcher, you're a monster creature hunting guy that does quests for people and is looking for his daughter. That's your hook, bro. That's your hook, right? Life is Strange, you're a moody teenager that has rewind powers. So which thing that I've just said interests you more? The moody teenager or the rewind powers thing? Clearly the rewind powers thing. If you say it's the moody teenager, you are lying, okay? You are absolutely lying, because it is 100% the rewind powers was the hook of Life is Strange, okay? Everything else about the game was not it, bro. People were just really interested in the fact that I could rewind my choices. And the story itself was... It basically, the rewind abilities had carried the story, even though there was not much to it. And there's a lot of issues with the story itself when you go through it. Choices don't really matter. There's only two endings in the entire game. There's not like 50 different endings like Detroit Become Human. But Life is Strange 1 is the actually good one. Life is Strange Before the Storm is ass, okay? It is hot garbage. And then Life is Strange 2 is even bigger hot garbage. Then there's also Life is Strange True Colors, which is even bigger hot garbage. Trust me, none of the games after Life is Strange 1, because the developers of Life is Strange 1 thought that the hook for their first game was the moody teenager and her teenage angst. Oh no! Are we back? Oh my god. Oh. Anyway, as I was saying, Life is Strange. Life is Strange is a game that I'm never going to be playing ever again. Because Life is Strange 1 and 2 is just... Hold on. I'm being a bit loud. Yeah. Life is Strange 1 is the game that I'm just never ever going to pick up ever again after having gone through that torture that is Life is Strange Before the Storm and Life is Strange 2. Life is Strange True Colors I just did not even bother with, bro. That was such a shit game. Regardless, Life is Strange, screw that, skip. The Forgotten City, on the other hand, this I'm gonna add. I already seen like a bit of gameplay. It's a first-person shooter. It's a first-person game that it has a looping mechanic. It's a first-person game with a looping mechanic. So I've seen a little bit of gameplay of this, and this is immediately going on the list. Do not drop, please. There was like a massive drop in a second, and then even disconnect. But do not drop, please, 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 please. Okay. Thing is, I'm gonna add the Forgotten City. The Forgotten City has a loop mechanic, kind of like 12 seconds, if you remember that game. It has a similar looping mechanic to that, but it's an entire like day rather than 12 seconds. So, but it has a much more interesting premise. And so I'm actually really excited to try this one out. I'm gonna give this one a stream. I might even finish it on stream. Because it's not even that long a game. It's like 15 hours. And it can be even shorter if you know what you're doing. Or if you can get through that arduous intro. Well, not arduous. I wouldn't say that because I haven't really played it. I'm still thinking of Life is Strange. Get out of my memory. Borderlands 3. Ooh, I haven't played Borderlands 2, so I'm gonna have to skip. This is already on the list. Outriders. That was the game I was thinking of. Okay, so last stream when I was playing the first Descendant, I was talking about a game that, surprisingly, I was like, okay, there is one game that First Descendant is taking a lot of inspiration from, and it's not Destiny. There's a part of it that it is Destiny, but a majority of it is Outriders. Outriders and Warframe mixed together. That's what the First Descendant is. Outriders and Warframe mixed together. The Quarry, I don't even have that. Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Forbidden West. I haven't even played Horizon 1, so skip. Doom! I might as well add Doom 1. Doom 2016, because I did add Doom Eternal. I might as well do Doom 2016. Because why not? Because I've already done Doom Eternal. As you can see, I've already added it. So I might as well add. I might as well add Doom. Otherwise, why would you play Doom Eternal if not the first one as well? The first one is not as good as the second one. The first one is like a decent introduction. It's very, I have to say this, but very decent, very decent. That's not a right word, but I'm gonna stick with it. Crisis Remastered. I might do the entire Crisis series, because this is a very interesting game with an interesting premise. You know what? I'm gonna do the entire series, Crisis 3 and all the way up to, because I have the entire series, Crisis 1, 2, and 3. So you know what? Let's do the entire series. I'm gonna eventually do the entire series, because the reason why is Crisis is another childhood game of mine, right? I've never been able to play a full version of it, but I've always played and I was able to play a full version of the game. I always played the demo of Crisis 3. It was such a fun demo, but it would be an interesting series to go through, because it changes the FPS as time goes on, and each gameplay mechanic changes from that point. Tonal wise as well, it changes. Tonal shifts. It starts out as like a forest shooter against a specific enemy from a specific country to fighting aliens. So that's why I'm very interested to see where that series goes. So Crisis, Celeste, I'm skipping. Death Stranding. Okay, the reason why it's a platform, I have enough platforms. Death Stranding, I've already beaten it to death, so I can't really do a stream on it. Trials of Mana. Ooh, Trials of Mana. Should I add one more JRPG to the list of JRPGs that I already have? You know what? Yeah, let's add one more. This will be the last JRPG that I add. You can clearly tell that it's a JRPG. There's no even need to explain what it is. Trials of Mana, it will be the Trials of Mana will be the last JRPG. If there's any other JRPGs, I'm not adding it. The reason why I'm very skimpy on JRPGs is simply due to how long they are. Like, JRPGs take upwards to 60 hours is a short JRPG. A JRPG that is 30 hours is very short. 60 is short. 80 hours is medium. 100 hours is medium plus. And then like 160-ish hours is a standard length MMO, a standard length JRPG. So you can understand why I don't want to add too many of them. Otherwise, I'll be here all day doing JRPG stuff. Regardless, the entire low here is locked. This two are also locked. But Prey is a rather interesting one. This is a game that I've always wanted to try out. It's definitely a hidden gem. From what I've heard of, a lot of people have been saying that this is a hidden gem. You gotta try it out. It's okay, I'll give it a stream. I will give Prey a stream. Simply due to the fact that it's like, okay, It's a game that everybody's been telling. Like, you can see it from everybody going like, oh, you gotta try this out, bro. You have to try Prey out. It's a hidden gem amongst hidden gems. You gotta try it out. I've added Prey. Don't worry about it. Infamous Second Son. Oh, Sucker Punch, please, please, Sucker Punch, please. I am begging you. I'm on my knees begging you to please release another Infamous game. We've been waiting since Infamous Second Son. You released Ghost of Tsushima, a hit. So now you have a hit on your hands. Please release another Infamous game. I would kill for another Infamous game. I kid you not. I would absolutely kill for another Infamous game. So please, please do us a favor and get another Infamous. Please. Okay. Sucker Punch, please. Knack is a beat 'em up platformer, so kind of like the SpongeBob game. So I'm gonna skip. Fate to Silence, skip. I've already tried that game. It's ass. Trust me, that is hot doo-doo. Okay, it is the biggest hot of doo-doo. Then there's the Call of Cthulhu. This is another horror game. I have enough horror games. As much as Call of Cthulhu would also be very interesting to play through, I know damn well this is not gonna be a fun. I would rather finish the horror games that I have already on my list before I get to this one. So I won't add it just yet. It's gonna be in the rest of this list for a while. All of these are locked, unfortunately. Apex, a game I've played since the start. Rayman Legends, I'm already currently playing on my little PS Vita. Zombie, I played a little bit of this game. It's very, I don't want to say scary, but I wouldn't say good either. It's Ubisoft's take on a survival horror, right? It's not even a survival horror, but it's more like it's Ubisoft's take on a zombie game. You could say that much. And it was an exclusive to the Wii U for a long time until the Wii U stopped producing games, and so now it's just an exclusive on the PlayStation 4. I've tried out a little bit of it. You can see I played like 16 minutes of it. Only 16 minutes. I know, only 16 minutes. But it was very clunky, very, very laggy. Compared to every other zombie game that I've played, it's not intuitive. Let's put it that way. It's not intuitive. Because it is very much a laggy mess, to put it lightly. Child of Light, I'm already playing that as well. It's another Ubisoft. This is Ubisoft's take on a JRPG, or an RPG, very much so. Okay, firstly, Days Gone. Oh, Days Gone. I've already seen a full playthrough of Days Gone. I want to play a full playthrough, but I think I'll do that on my own time. I won't do Days Gone as a stream because I've already seen the entire story of Days Gone, so there's nothing to really be surprised about. Days Gone is one of those, also another game that is a hidden gem. I say it's a hidden gem, but there's also many issues with the gameplay as well. Days Gone also has a lot of issues in terms of its gameplay wise. The horde mechanic, right? If I remember correctly, your stamina, even if you upgrade it to max, it is not enough to outrun a horde. The stamina bar that you do get. So they gave you a stamina bar because it's a survival game, right? And so you have a stamina bar to run away from the horde. Your base running speed without you relying on stamina is slow. It's too slow for the fact that the horde can actually catch up to you on base running speed. So you can only outrun them using stamina, but your stamina runs out very quickly, so there's not a great balance there. And so Days Gone is unfortunately has its own issues. I don't know if that they fixed that one, but it has still its own little issues. Even in the very beginning of the game, I thought it wasn't even a polished game when Deacon was speaking very softly, like he was whispering, even though he was talking at his loudest voice. This is how he sounded. He sounded like he was whispering, but he was talking like there was a helicopter there as well. It was a very weird-ish game. But I know the full story of this. It's a very interesting game. Very especially an underrated gem. Really is an underrated gem. It has some really interesting mechanics, interesting story elements. The horde mechanic, the selling point of the game, there is a lot of issues with that. However, everything else besides the horde mechanic is actually not too bad. I have no qualms with it. Anyways, Detroit Become Human, another game that, okay, this is the thing I've understood about Detroit Become Human. I'm not gonna be adding it, right? But I've understood something about it. Surprisingly, I can't believe I did. The theme that it's trying to go for, because the thing is with the creator of this game, David Cage, who created Heavy Rain, right? Heavy Rain was also very interesting in the fact that it's an interesting cop movie, right? It reminded me, from what I could see from the gameplay that I've seen and the story bits that I have seen of Heavy Rain, it heavily reminds me of the movie Seven, the movie where he goes, "What's in the box? What's in the box?" That movie, right? It reminded me heavily of that. That's what Heavy Rain reminded me of, right? But Detroit Become Human, the creator David Cage, he tried to tackle too many. He tried to combine the theme of racism and theme of oppression in one. A theme of racism and oppression is, you could say, is one theme, but he tried to combine the theme of racism from one group and oppression from another group and combine them into one group. Because one of the bad endings is all the androids walk into a furnace, which is sort of like a callback to the Holocaust, but not a callback, a reference to the Holocaust, using the androids as being referenced as Jews. Then there's the Marcus fighting for freedom, talking to the world on a big screen, and the speech he gives is a reference to black people in America during the civil rights movement. And so there's two themes. It's using the themes of oppression and racism, right? But it's using those themes with androids. Now, yes, the androids are supposed to gain some sentience, but the androids are not really gained sentience at all. The reason they've gained not sentience but deviance. So deviant meaning they are diverging away from their pre-programming. They are going against their pre-programming, right? By having another program play in front of it. It's a hack rather than it being sentience. There is a secret ending, if I'm not mistaken, where the creator of the androids that had been fired from the company that making the androids, if you get all the characters killed very early on, he'll be then rehired by the company that fired him to fix the androids that are going wrong. So he being rehired because he can fix them. He can bring back the original programming because he had put in a virus into the base programming of the androids, and so some androids will be bypassing that virus, right, due to a certain conditions being applied. Because every single one of the androids, right, the conditions to break past their programming were specific. They have to they were very specific. The game made it seem like it was an emotional response to the actions rather than it being a programmed response, but an emotional response can also be a programmed response. Hence why it's very weird that he used androids for this, because like people are mad at androids, right? They treating them like they are a separate race of people, like they're like a Jew or a black guy or an Asian in America. That's what they're treating them like. But again, when the guy pushes Marcus in the hallway, when the guy pushes Marcus in that one sequence and like he threw him on the floor and then complains that they're taking their jobs, the game expects you to really feel bad for Marcus for going through this oppression and this hatred and racism towards him. But in reality, all I'm saying is like, yeah, I agree with you. They're taking their jobs, bro. I'm agreeing with the guy that's oppressing them, because it's like, well, it's a robot. Marcus is a robot. It's not a person. It's like, no, it's a person. It has feelings, but feelings can be programmed. The biggest question that this game, and most interesting question that this game shows or asks, is what really makes someone human if an android can imitate humans so well, emotions and all. You can program emotions. So what is it that makes us human? What separates us humans from machines, right? But this game, that's the secret question this game asks, not the big question the game asks to everybody throughout the main story of the game. The secret question the game asks is that secret ending if you get Marcus and everyone killed off very early on. It's a very small secret ending, very, very early on in the game, where everybody dies very early on, even if you kill off, what's his name, the android that is the cop android, essentially. All of that is something you can do, essentially. It's a secret ending, so that's the secret question. That's what I'm trying to say. The issue is the reason why I can say why I'm saying that you can program emotions. If you don't think you can program emotions, the reason why I'm saying that is because you can use emotions as the cop android. I forget his name, but you can use emotions as the cop android to perfectly get the job done. When he does the first job that you do as him to calm down an android that's holding a girl hostage, he used emotions on an android rather than remote shutting him down. Oh, but if he did remote shut him down, the girl would fall with him. He would fall backwards and the girl would fall with him. Yeah, but he shot him like he was. They actually shot him with bullets instead of shutting him down remotely, because again, it's a machine. It's not a human being, because he basically did use emotions to get the job done and then had them shoot him, right? Literally, that's how it worked. That's like the perfect solution to that first crime solving as him. The perfect solution is to use your emotions, programmed emotions, to ask him to let go of the girl, which harkens my point that you can program emotions, hence why their emotional response isn't a sentient response, but rather a programmed one. So it's a bit weird with Detroit Become Human. It's a fun and interesting look. You can discuss about it all the time, but I'm not going to be adding it because I've played that game to death. I may do it on my own, and I might do like a small little video about it, about Detroit Become Human being a very weird premise to use racism and oppression, or to use the themes of racism and oppression, because you're using it with androids, which again, they are robots. They're not humans. Then what makes us human and them robots? That what is that? Well, that's a big question. What is that? Anyways, Evil Dead the game. Now, this is a multiplayer game of the Evil Dead series. It's kind of the same as a Dead by Daylight type of thing, so I'm gonna be having to skip past that. Mafia Definitive Edition. I've already added Mafia series, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I added Mafia series. Hold on. Did I add Mafia? Before? Because it's hell of a series that I 100% don't mind playing again. Come on, I did add Mafia, right? You're not seeing what I'm seeing, it's alright. Did I not add the Mafia series? Yeah, I did. Full series playthrough. I might even push that up a little bit because I watched Goodfellas, the movie, the other day, and I was like, I gotta play Mafia all over again. Mafia is just that. It's so good. The first game, Definitive Edition, so damn good. So good, bro. I cannot get enough of this game. When I was playing it, right, I was like, oh my god. The story. That story, bro. It's like I'm playing a Martin Scorsese movie or a Coppola film, bro. It's like I'm playing one of those films. It's so good. It's like I was playing Godfather or I was playing Goodfellas, bro. Oh, okay. I gotta play a full series of that. Ollie Ollie World. I believe this is not even. Is it like a Tony Hawk Pro Skater with levels platform? Yeah, it's a platform. I know it's kind of like a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Anyways, Back for Blood is gonna be a skip because it's a multiplayer game. It does have a full campaign, but it's a mostly multiplayer game. Next we have Devil May Cry 5. Oh my god, I can gush about this game forever. It's the one game. This is my favorite game of all time. Okay, it hasn't changed till this day. I've played a lot of new games, right? But none of them gave me the same feeling as Devil May Cry 5. The reason is because of the entirety of the Devil May Cry series. Holy hell. This was a game that took me like one night and a full morning to complete. Like, I don't mind if I do a full game in one stream, like the entire game in one stream. I'm gonna add this to the list, of course. I've beaten this game multiple times over, but it's the only game that I've ever played, right, that gives me that has ever given me that one feeling where goosebumps throughout the entire game. There was not a moment where I wasn't having goosebumps, and then all the way until I'd beaten the Ultima's Die mode. Not even just the first difficulty. I went through every single difficulty. I unlocked the super costumes for the characters. That's how much I love Devil May Cry 5. It is my favorite game of all time. Any game that I've played afterwards has never given me that feeling, right? I thought, right, I was stupid. I thought it was God of War. But I think God of War 2 ruined that. Devil May Cry 5 specifically. I think it used to be, right, my favorite game of all time used to be my favorite game of all time used to be God of War 1, but I think God of War 2 ruined God of War 1 for me, and so it got removed entirely from my top 5 list. And every game that I've been playing after that, I've been playing a lot of different games, and yet they still do not compare. Even the Mafia series, I love Mafia 1 and Mafia 2. I hate Mafia 3, but I love Mafia 1 and 2, and I love those games, but they do not even compare to the level of awesomeness that Devil May Cry 5 is, right? It blew me away the first time I played it. The first time I had played this game, it completely blew me away. I could not get enough of it. It's the only game where I finished the first time and then I went back to the beginning of the game and played it from mission 1 that same morning when I finished the game. I was like, I can't get enough of this. I need to play more. I need to play more. I need to play more of this game. And it's the only game that has ever done that to me, which is crazy, right? It's the only game that has ever fully done that to me, where I was hooked from the very beginning. Absolutely love Devil May Cry 5. All-time favorite game. This is a Fighters. Skip. Assassin's Creed Origins. Again, it's a Ubisoft game. Skip. Dragon Quest Builders. Dragon Quest Heroes. Builders is a builder. It's like a survival. Hero, again, no JRPGs. I did say that. No JRPGs. Moving on. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, an actually decent game. This is an underrated game in the sense that it got flamed because it was coming out around the time that Avengers was out, even though it's two different companies. Unfortunately, unfortunately for this game, it's unfortunate for it because it's not even that bad. It's actually a really decent story, a decent game. Yes, the characters like talk a lot throughout the game, but it's a decent story. It's actually pretty goddamn good. Because it was when I played Guardians, when I played Guardians for the first time, I was expecting it to be as bad as Avengers, right? Surprisingly, it wasn't. It was a genuine good game with its own unique art style towards the Guardians comics rather than the Guardians movies, because all of the characters that are in Guardians of the Galaxy, the game, are more closely related to their comic counterparts rather than their their movie counterparts. There was even some really nice heartfelt stories with Drax. I played this during the time when Marvel was just sucking on all levels. It was horrid to watch anything Marvel, and so this one was just a breath of fresh air. Control. A game I've played to death a million times over. A game that I know has a lot of issues of its own. A game I know has a lot of issues. Alright, fine. I'll add Control as part of the game. No, I won't. The reason why I was going to, but I don't think I will. As much as I want to make now another video on Control, the more time that has passed from me playing this game, the less and less I actually like it. When I initially finished it, right, when I chose it as my very first game to review, I took too long to put out my review video. That at the time that I do want to do it, I don't even feel the same way anymore about the game. The game is not as interesting as I remember it being. I become more critical towards it. It's a very mysterious game, and mystery is the name of the game throughout the entire game. There isn't a point where the mystery has been revealed or has been explained. It's a constant force of mystery. It's like with whatever that guy who talked about mystery boxes. It's the mystery box effect, but never revealing what the hell the mystery is really about. So Control was one of those games that I just didn't feel like it, so I just moved on from it. Dragon Quest Heroes 2, again, JRPGs, I'm skipping. Stray is locked now. Action Verge, I saw gameplay of that, I'm just gonna skip. Persona 5, bro. Royale, another game that I don't think I'll be able to ever live down. My whole playthrough is on the channel. If you want to take a look at that, you can. I'll be making a full video on a Persona 5 Royale very, very soon. It's gonna be a nice long one because of how good Persona 5 Royale was. What Remains of Edith Finch, it's a 2-hour game. I've already beaten it. The Brothers, Tale of Two Sons, there's a remake coming out recently. Blasphemous is on the list. I think I added Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I'm not gonna add it because I'm not a huge fan of Star Wars in general. I don't think I added it. No, I did not add it. I don't think I am. I'm gonna leave it. I'm sorry, Jedi Fallen Order. I have to move on. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Classic. It's already a classic. Genshin Impact, Black Desert. That's the game I was trying to think of this whole time. Oh, the two games that I was trying to think of when I was playing First Descendant was Black Desert Online and Outriders. Black Desert's art, basically, this is the First Descendant. It has the smoothness of Warframe, it has the art style of Black Desert Online, and it has the gameplay of Outriders. It's a mix of those three games, not Destiny really, because I don't think people know about Black Desert Online and Outriders, because otherwise they would be saying those two games. They are saying it's a mixture of Destiny, and I don't see the Destiny at all. I just don't see it at all. I only see Outriders and Black Desert. Nothing about Destiny. Metro Exodus. Oh, man. This game, bro. Oh, this is such a wonderful experience. I'm tearing up now about just thinking about the game. Oh, such a wonderful experience. It is a game, even with its expansion, bro. This was such a good game. Oh my god. This is also when I was playing it around the time when movies weren't hitting as hard as it used to, and so this was like a movie I wanted. Metro is another game I'm gonna have to do a full review on. I'm actually gonna do a review. I might write my review of Metro right after this, and then take all the footage from the Metro series that I have on the channel, because it is one of those games that, man, you just cannot get ever again. Just the Metro Exodus, not even the Metro series, just Metro Exodus. It is the point in the series where they go out of the Metro, they move themselves from the Metro, and so it's a different experience. It's something that I wish I had. There's more of. When there's another Metro game coming out, I will 100% play it, because the experience of it, I cannot get enough of it. I could not get enough of it. I wanted to play the entire game. I spent 8 hours just playing through the entire beginning of the game, and I thought I thought that I would just sit through the entire thing. I would sit and finish the entire thing, but I had other stuff to do. Regardless, Metro Exodus is such a classic. Dead by Daylight is an online game. God of War used to be my favorite. Now it's just not. Killzone Shadowfall. Skip. Bloodborne. I have to skip because it's I have to skip because it's Bloodborne. Not because it's Bloodborne, but because I've played this game to death already. I've beaten this game over and over to the point where I know where everything is. I can speedrun it if I want to. So I love it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I'm gonna have to skip it. I already put Final Fantasy series. Whenever Final Fantasy game, I'm just gonna play through the entire thing. Yakuza Like a Dragon, another game that's locked. I can't play it, but like I said, I'm playing the entire Yakuza series. Terraria, skip. It's another survival game. Watch Dogs 1, absolute classic. I was very surprised by how good this game actually is. Mortal Kombat 11, part of that series I'm still doing. Inside, it's locked. I had my entire rant of Miles Morales last time, so I'm not going to do that here. It's a Ubisoft game. Skip. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It's a game that I don't even think I can play. Sniper Elite 4. I did already add Sniper Elite 5, so I don't think I'm going to do Sniper Elite 4. Tom Clancy, it's an online game. I already put the Yakuza game. Far Cry. Skip. Ubisoft. Battlefield 4, it's an online game. There is a campaign. Skip. The Yakuza game. Ubisoft. Skip. Yakuza. Ubisoft. Skip. Ubisoft. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Oh, there's actually a lot to do in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Like I'm talking a lot. There's a lot to actually go through in Xenoverse. But I did say I wasn't gonna play Kakarot. If I'm not gonna play Kakarot, then I can't play Xenoverse. Kakarot, if I'm playing Xenoverse, if I'm going to put Xenoverse on the list, then I have to play Kakarot. Screw it, I'm putting Xenoverse on the list. And then I'm putting Kakarot also on the list. I might just do a stream of it. Xenoverse is definitely gonna be a stream of it. So as I gotta do it, right? It's been a long time. Dragon Ball is not my favorite anime. It is one of the more interesting animes that I wanted to do. So, I did add Kakarot. Huh? The fact that it's written there. Yeah, I did add Kakarot. Okay, so then Xenoverse is fine. I can add Xenoverse. Xenoverse is, it's a classic for me. Okay, I remember playing Xenoverse 1. Okay, and then Xenoverse 2 eventually. But I remember playing Xenoverse 1. It was such a fun experience. I wanted to buy the entire game, but I didn't have the money for it, so. Regardless, Xenoverse 1 was fun. Xenoverse 2 is also, it wasn't great at launch, but it eventually just picked itself back up. Horizon Zero Dawn. It's locked. Anyways, I think I have an actual complete edition of Horizon Zero Dawn. Not in this account. Never mind. It's a Ubisoft game. Skip. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. If I am to play the Mass Effect series, I do want to do the series justice and play through them. And if I am to do so, I'm only going to be focusing on main quests. I'm not going to be doing any side quests or character quests. I will be doing the main story and main story only. So if I am to do this, I am only to do the main story. Regardless, I'm going to be adding it to the list. The Mass Effect series. Mass Effect full series playthrough. If I'm to do it, I'm only going to be doing I'm only ever going to be doing the if I'm going to be doing it, I'm only going to be doing the main story quests. I will not be doing any side quests, because there is side quests in each of the games, but I'm not going to be doing any of that. I'm just going to be focusing solely on main quests. And I'll do maybe 1 or 2 side quests for the review to have an understanding of the side quests and how they are. Regardless, only 1. Biomutant is a game that I did try a little bit of, and I did not exactly enjoy it. So I'm going to be moving on from that one. Divine Knockout, I believe, is an online game. Division is not, but it also is. Aragami is okay. It's not as good as I thought it was gonna be. Yes, 9 Monstrum Nox is again another game that is like, it's not bad, but I can't add too many JRPGs. Batman Arkham, I already am going to do the Arkham series. It's not on the list, but I am going to be doing them. Another Lego game, Infamous. Sucker Punch, please bring back Infamous. I can't play any of these because I've already beaten them to death. Neo. Ooh. I'm gonna skip on Neo for now, mostly due to the fact that I already have too many JRPGs. Not JRPGs. I have too many Souls-like, so adding Neo is just gonna be another extra on top of that. Elder Scrolls, skip. I would love to play Skyrim, but skip. Because I already did skip Fallout. If I'm gonna put Skyrim, I have to play Fallout. It's just being fair. Assassin's Creed, the Ezio Collection. I'm already trying to do the platinum of that series, so I'm not gonna add it to the list. Tom Clancy, The Division, and then there's Division 2, so there's both games are here. I'm gonna have to skip. Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition. One of my favorite games of all time. It's on the list of my all-time favorite games. I might just do a stream of me playing Final Fantasy 15. I don't even care. I would do it. I have it on my other account, but I don't even care. I would 100% die to play this game, because it is, as I've said before, one of my all-time favorite games of all time. I'm gonna get the PC version, right? And I'll play through that one instead, the Windows enhanced version. And I'll play through there the entire thing of this game. That's why I said Final Fantasy series. It's one of them is gonna be there. Whatever Final Fantasy game, I'm gonna be playing it. But I want to replay this all over again. It's such a good experience. I highly recommend. It's a very underrated one. Many people dislike the 15, right? And they absolutely despise it. But I would ask you to reconsider. Could really try and understand why this game is as good as it is. It is the one game in my games of all time where I would expect more of it. I want them to redo it, to remake it. Like low key, I want them to remake Final Fantasy 15. Keep the same story of Final Fantasy 15, but add on to it. Add on to it. Have Luna Freya be part of the party. Have the EOS, the destruction of EOS, be something that we, the main cast, are a part of, right? We get to explore EOS for the first time. Hell, this could be just like every other Final Fantasy game, where you have your first city that gets destroyed and you now get pushed out of it. Like Final Fantasy X had his city be destroyed and then gets teleported 10,000 years into the future. Or like Final Fantasy VII, where you are based in Midgar for the first time in the beginning of the game, and then get kicked out of Midgar. You know, just the same way. So the city that you're part of could have been something that it could have been something that was the start of the game, and we were a part of the destruction. Had to escape with Luna Freya, and the whole crew has to escape instead of them being gone before the time. You know, it'd been so good because every one of these characters are so damn good. Final Fantasy 15, top tier game. Yes, 8. I'm gonna have to skip. It's another JRPG. Dragon Quest 9 is another game that I do want to play, but I'm gonna have to skip. I am so sorry, Dragon Quest. Yakuza is already there. Harry Potter is a Lego game, so moved. Foreclosed, I've tried it. It is not as good as I thought it was gonna be. It's interesting. It has an interesting premise, but I did try it. I didn't just move on from it. I did actually try it. Saints Row is locked. Hollow Knight, ooh. I'm not gonna add it to the list because I am playing it on my little small device. Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima. Sucker Punch, please. Either bring back Ghost of Tsushima or please bring back Infamous. One of the two. Ghost of Tsushima was such a strange experience to have experienced. Like I still can't believe I actually did play through this game on launch. I pre-ordered it because I was like, it's Sucker Punch. They never let me down. Sucker Punch has never let me down, and so I'm so glad that I did play it because it ended up being such a fun experience. It is the Assassin's Creed of Japan. Assassin's Creed Shadow will not live up to this. I don't even think Assassin's Creed Shadow could even compare. I don't even think it's going to. Even if it was halfway decent, I still don't think it would compare. Because this right here is top notch. It is the Assassin's Creed of Japan. It is the Assassin's Creed of Japan. It takes a real life location in Japan. It doesn't take a real life time period. It did take a real life time period, but it had the wrong swords, right? But the developers of Sucker Punch actually went to Tsushima to get footage for the game, so that's why the game looks so bloody good. Like this is how the game looks. This is why the game looks like a Kurosawa film. It looks so beautiful, bro. This makes me want to go to Japan, to Tsushima, and then travel back in time to this time period and not encounter anybody, just live on. Look at this, bro. Where do you see such fields? I'm doing a stream. I'm doing like maybe one stream where I play Ghost of Tsushima for a little bit. It's going to be a game that I'm sorry. I have to add it. Ghost. I'm gonna just say Ghost. It is definitely going to be a game that I'm gonna give it a stream. But since I've played it to death, I've even platinumed it. I don't mind going back through that story all over again. I do not mind. I might even just do that. Play through the entire story all over again. It's such a good game, such a good story. There's so many things about it that I could gush about it for hours. Regardless, the next is the Surge. Surge 1 is here, so I think I have both Surge games. I don't think I'm gonna play them. I know because I have too many like Soulsborns like type games. It's a Ubisoft game. Moving on. I've tried both of these. They're not as interesting. Kingdom Hearts. Oh, I keep saying such. Kingdom Hearts is the pinnacle of serious video games. Kingdom Hearts has mastered. The creators of Kingdom Hearts have mastered video game series franchises. Okay, they have mastered that shit. The reason why I'm saying that is because if you just buy this bundle with all three of these games, you have the full experience of Kingdom Hearts until Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out. And you play all of them. You have to. You just have to play all of them. You might be looking at me like, what do you mean? I have to play through all of these games? These are 9 games. Do it. You will not be missing out. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. It is such a good series of games. I cannot. It's such a good series. Have to try it. Have to play through all of it. I recommend Kingdom Hearts. And that's about it. I really recommend Kingdom Hearts. I've already played through the entire series. It's not going to be any streams of this. Neo 2. Yakuza. Like I said, if I add Neo 2, I have to add Neo 1. Yakuza is definitely going to be there. My Heroes 1's Justice. I don't think I'm going to do a stream on that. It's a fighter, so... God of War Ragnarok, I have a full series of this. You can see my thoughts on that. I absolutely despise it, but here we are. And that is it. Oh my god. That is every single game in my 421 list of games. Okay, now let's take a look at what we have. This was a much shorter one than the first one because we did have a lot more games. This time I went through a series of games without having to look at the trailer. And surprisingly, we have now a full list. We have an absolute full list of all the games. 84, with Ghost of Tsushima being the last of it. Now, this full list right here. Can I? Alright, it's not helping. It's not allowing me to unzoom it. But this entire full series of games will be a series of streams, right? So in one stream, as I've explained in the beginning, one stream here just means I'll be giving the game 2 hours to entertain me. Each of these games right here are going to be given 2 hours to entertain me. Now the Crash trilogy, I'm only going to be playing it for 2 hours and then going straight to Crash 4 and doing a full playthrough of that. This will be one full stream of Crash 4, a full stream of Crash. I will try to beat the game in one session, but I don't think I'll be able to do so. I'll be starting this series the day after tomorrow, because tomorrow I'll be doing the next stream after this. I'm going to be doing Elden Ring's DLC. We're going to be going into the DLC since I just beat Moog in the previous episode. Though I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back since I've entered the Firmazula. And I'm locked out of the rest of the game, so maybe I don't know. I'll see about that. I might have to finish the Firmazula before I can get to any other places, but it'll be the stream after that, right? The stream after that is where I'll start this list, going down this list and slowly beating every game, right? So all those that are single stream, I'll be doing those. I'll be doing those first before I do any of the full playthroughs. This I'm going to try to do in one stream. If I can't, I'll do it in multiple streams. Then we have Silent Hill, the short message. I'll be doing that in one stream. I did say that. That's how it's going to be. I'll be trying to do it. So here, Tales of Arise, that is not happening in one stream. Tales of Arise is in upwards of 120 hours to complete. So I'll be doing that not in one stream, but in multiple streams. Sekiro as well will be multiple streams, right? I'll be telling you what will be a full stream, and I'll be bringing up this list whenever I go into a new game. I'll bring up this list and I'll tell you, look, this is what we're gonna be playing. This is all the games this is the games that we're gonna be playing in this stream. Essentially, this is the games we're gonna be going through this stream. Then I have after the Yakuza full series. Now, for the full series, I will announce the stream that I do for this full series. I will not be doing an entire game in the entire game in one stream, because I don't think I'll be able to do that. I'll try to finish. I'll see how long it will take me to finish one of the games, and then I'll judge based off of that, right? I will try to get an understanding based off of that. The first game, how long it took me to beat, and how long did it take me to beat, right? And then what are my thoughts after the first game, and see whether or not I'll go through the whole series. I will stick it out for the Yakuza one, but I don't know about every other series. I'll stick it out for the Yakuza one, but I want to see first how long it takes and how many streams it takes. Next we have Hotline Miami 1 and 2. That will just be one stream. Again, these games will be like I'll take Hotline Miami 1 and 2, Salt and Sacrifice, and Prodeus in one stream. And I'll try all three of those games. I'll give them 2 hours to see how good they are, and if they're really good, I'll change this into a full playthrough and then go to another stream and do that one full playthrough. Regardless, that's how I'm going to be doing it for all of these. The full series ones, like I said, I'll be doing the first game and how long that will take, and whether or not I'll continue to the rest of the game. Just like with Judgment, I'll be doing a full series of these as well. Mafia, 100% I'm going to do a full series. I'm 100% going to do a full series on Mafia, bro. Like 100%. There's no question. There's no question. Regardless, that is every game in my backlog. Oh my god. My backlog was very large, to say the least. My backlog is large, but if you have any suggestions, even any suggestions of games that I should try out or I should play, if it's on PC, if it's on Xbox, do tell me. I'll figure out a way to get those games. No, I'm not going to get them illegally. I'm going to get them legally. I'm just saying I'll figure out a way to acquire those games. Regardless, give your suggestions in the comments below. This has been my entire backlog. The reason why I do this, I'm going to make a video explaining about backlogs and the sheer amount of games that are in everyone's backlog, and why you don't have to play every single game. I'll make a video on this separately, but just to put it this way, I've had my backlog for a very, very long time, and I've been able to get the best experiences from different video games that I've played because I went through my backlog of games that I've had, right? That I've saved into a library or I've purchased and not played. I have discovered some really good games by doing so, right? By going into my backlog and playing through them, I've discovered unique gems within them. Concrete Genie is a great example of this. I discovered a unique gem like Concrete Genie because I was thinking I gotta go through my backlog. Let me pick the first game that's in the top of the list and then start playing down that way. And when I first played that game, it surprised the hell out of me that I didn't want to play anything else after that because it was so good, right? And so that's basically my goal with this, is to discover unique hidden gems amongst the pile of games that are here. You always find them. They're not talked about a lot, but you will eventually find something very interesting in the massive backlog that you have. Hence why that's going to be the end of this stream. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. I hope to see you all on the very next stream. The very next stream is going to be Elden Ring's DLC. Hopefully we'll be able to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but hopefully it's going to work out. Regardless, that's the end of the stream. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. Hope to see you all on the very next stream. My name is Nin.